There's a report around at the moment that the latest joke in Unison is how many regional officers does it take to get into a branch office? Well, unfortunately, even 6 couldn't manage it for 10 hours in Bromley last Friday, when in a 10-hour standoff, with them screaming and stamping their feet, demanding to get into their office, they didn't get into Bromley's office, and frankly, they had to wait until we returned before they were let across the threshold. But joking apart, I would like, our members might like, to thank the regional office for increasing our facility time overnight by 800%, with all the regional officers currently ensconced in a separate office provided by them, by the Tory Council, in our union. Like this Friday, in effect, we are so esteemed that it meant that we had the regional secretary, Linda Perks, we had Chris Remington, Vicky Easton attended, and 3 other regional officers attended our council. We know not what for, to see themselves, but in reality to march around in their macho style, trying to intimidate the existing branch officers out. And I notice we have a police presence here tonight, but I'd say to them, it's not to us that you need to look for the crooks and gangsters. It's on the first floor inside that building are where the crooks and gangsters in our union. Gangsters who literally live the life of Riley of our money, who on a dawn raid can turn up overnight in order to attack the branches. It is an absolute scandal what is taking place, and we know that it's their hope and their intention, openly stated, that they want us to walk away. They want to intimidate my branch chair and my branch stewards to the point where they give up and walk away. Well, we've given a clear message that we're going nowhere in terms of this witch hunt. We will continue to fight to reclaim what is our union from these people. It is a crime that on tonight of all nights, when New Labour have announced their plans for trade unions in denouncing the BA workers' strike, showing clearly their attitude, when the Education Minister tonight has announced £1 billion of cuts of what will be our members in schools that will come under attack, we should be lobbying, preparing a council of war on the employers and this government, not on our own trade union. And that is the fight that we have, to genuinely reclaim our union for its members. Thanks very much, folks.
Thanks very much, Ben. And I'm straight over to Suzanne.
Thanks to everyone for coming tonight, and I just wanted to talk about the farcical scene that we had on the 5th of March. When we came into the office, it wasn't quite a dawn raid because I didn't actually get in till 10 o'clock and our management wouldn't let them in until I'd got in. We had 4 regional officers. We've only got 74 members, mind you, or we only had 74 members at that time, mind you. We had 4 full-time regional officials turning up at the Tenant Services Authority. There seemed to be a bit of a lack of intelligence on their part, because we don't actually have a Unison office. Obviously we're just a small office. Everything that we had is either locked away on our networked computers or in my own personal cabinets. And to this day, they have not yet got a single file, a single piece of paper that belonged to our union branch office. But I will tell you that their time wasn't wasted. They did manage to come in, these 4 regional officers, and carry away 3 small cardboard boxes of branded teddy bears, branded highlighter pens, and their own leaflets and recruitment material. And that's what they spent 2 days at the Tenant Services Authority doing. For 6 months before then, mind you, we had been trying to get advice on our pensions. Our management has decided to change the discretionary elements of our pensions, and we tried for 6 months to get advice on it from Unison. And after promise after promise after promise, we have today still not received any of that advice on our pensions. And it was the same when we had review boards for a job restructuring that was going on. For 6 months we gave them warning that we needed them to come in and get involved in these review boards. And they promised it, and at the last minute they gave us a list and said, I'm sorry, none of these people are available because we've left it too late to even contact them. So the times when our members actually needed their help, they weren't there for us. And yet they can spare all of these people to come in and sit there for 2 days with nobody coming to see them, and with them going away with nothing more than a few promotional items. And that's what they've been able to achieve at the Tenant Services Authority. Unfortunately, in our branch, like in some of the other branches, a lot of our members have decided to leave. They're not willing to pay nearly 20 quid a month to a union that is going to treat them like that, and is just going to ride roughshod over all of their democratic, rights. And the real punch point came, I have to say, helped again by our regional official, Colin Innes, when, without even informing the chair, they cancelled our AGM as well. I know it's been done in other branches too. They didn't even bother to inform him, and our members are saying this person has not even been accused of anything by Unison. He's not even been banned from office. There's nothing that he's supposed to have done wrong, and yet they're treating him as if he has been banned from office. They're treating him just like all of the 4 of us have been treated. And it's really disgusting, and it's really upset our members. And his actions have been probably the single biggest factor in the resignations. It wasn't even them coming into the office because they didn't get anything. It was the fact that they just destroy all of our democratic process. And just one last thing that I do want to say. Again, I've seen the stuff that's gone out from Unison implying that we are a non-functioning branch. I don't know if they've actually said that about the Tenant Services Authority. Well, I can tell you they have, yeah? It's on the letter, okay, thank you. We had £30,000 in our branch. There wasn't a single year that went by that we didn't get all of our finance paperwork. We had very few transactions any year anyway. We didn't get all of our finance paperwork. It was never queried. It all got in on time. It was all signed off properly. It was all fully audited. We had a 60% union density in our workplace, which again I think a lot of workplaces will be very proud to have. And we kept recruiting year on year, and we built that from really quite a moribund branch. Over the last 8 years, we built it up into a really strong branch. So any hint that you get that our branch might have been dysfunctional, I can tell you now that that absolutely wasn't the case for us any more than it was for any of the other branches. And the final thing I just want to say is thanks to everyone coming along, and I hope you will all come along to the meeting that's going to take place as well later. Thank you.